Hey, all, it's Mo. I am here at Harkin's Camel View hanging out with the stars of Bros. Please welcome Billy Eichner and Luke McFarlane.
Hey.
Appreciate you both for being here with me today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw the movie yesterday. It was amazing. It was really exciting to see some representation on the screen, and we weren't side characters, which is really cool. You've had a run of screenings lately. How has that been? What have been the highlights so far?
It's just incredible to go to a movie theater, especially after a few years of not really going to movies and not having a lot of comedies open in movie theaters. I think being able to go and sit with hundreds of people in the dark and laugh with each other and have that communal experience, which is very different than sitting at home and watching a movie by yourself. It's really exciting. It's really fun. You get to escape the world and just laugh with your friends, laugh with other people, eat snacks, have a great time. And people are really laughing out loud at this movie, start to finish. It's got a ton of jokes in it, a ton of physical comedy. It's produced by Judd Apatow, who made some of the funniest movies ever, Bridesmaids and 40-Year-Old Virgin and Superbad. Nick Stoller directed it. He made Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Neighbors. These guys know how to make a really shockingly funny comedy, and I hope Bros is like those movies, but it happens to be about a gay couple and LGBTQ characters, which we've really haven't had much of at this level. And I'm really thrilled for people to start seeing it.
Yeah, and then Luke, this is your theatrical debut in a big studio
Absolutely.
movie.
And I'm so grateful that Universal decided that it was important enough and that they were going to cast an LGBT cast, and they gave me a ring and I went and auditioned. Yeah. Very grateful.
Well, now you guys also share like this extremely magnetic chemistry on screen. What was it like when you guys first met?
Well,
Yeah, we didn't know each other at all.
Oh, really?
We knew who each other were,
Okay.
but we didn't know each other personally. We had never spoken. Our first lines to each other that we ever spoke were
In
during
my
Luke's
audition.
audition from the script, because I read with all the actors, and we had many, many great actors read for all the roles in Bros, but something about the chemistry was there with me and Luke. And rom-coms, no matter how good the script is, they really live and die based on the chemistry between the two leads. You know, you have to really believe that these people like each other, and you have to root for them. And there was some sort of spark there.
It was also really nice. We really did get to know each other during the filming process, and that's always fun because, like, let's be honest, relationships are at the best at the beginning.
That's true.
You know,
Absolutely.
and we were definitely getting to know each other at the beginning of this process.
And you guys originally were supposed to start filming before the pandemic, am I right?
We were just about to start filming. It was April 2020. And we were already in pre-production, and we got shut down about 3 weeks before we were about to start. And then it took another year and a half until we were back in production.
So during that time, are you both keeping in touch and trying to keep that
A
energy
little
going?
bit.
We
As
actually
we got
did.
closer to
Yeah.
the movie, we started to talk more. Nick and I really did a lot of work on the script during that time, interestingly. I mean, what we had was already good, and we had the green light to shoot it, but it was interesting having the time away from it after a few months, those first few months of COVID, and then to return to it in a way like a more relaxed environment where the studio wasn't, looking for you to make certain changes, where you could just read it fresh, and it became very clear what we needed more of, what we needed less of, and I actually think it helped the script a lot.
Another huge factor, which I found extremely important, is all of the LGBTQ plus history that you have in there.
Yeah.
So a lot of things that I learned that I had no idea about.
Yeah.
Was there anything in there for both of you that you learned?
There was a really moving day when we were filming where we, created this LGBT museum, and my
character works in the movie, just to make it clear.
Yeah, and we actually created it.
In our spare time.
In our spare time.
Our downtime.
But being able to walk around and read some of these plaques and learn about these characters, that is definitely a part of the movie. And not just for gay people to know their sort of queer history, for all people to know their history. It's so important that people know where they came from and that you know where your neighbors come from. That's a huge part of why it's so important to have representation.
I'm extremely happy that you put it in there, because then it just gets people talking, which is extremely important. And, again, thank you for being here with me. I have one last question. Bowen Yang of SNL fame was in the movie, and he makes this suggestion on a ride that would be in the museum. I'm curious, what would the Bros ride look like at Universal Studios?
I've thought about that.
Are you serious?
Well, they're never going to make a Bros ride.
But I mean...
But as just like one day I was thinking like, it would be funny, even just like as a joke, to make a Bros ride at Universal, because they are the one major studio other than Disney with their own theme park.
Right.
I don't know. It probably would involve like I don't know, maybe there'd be some boat and you'd be sailing through a lot of like orgies and club scenes and God knows what.
See, I immediately think it's like somehow built around a gym. You start in the gym, maybe you go into the locker room.
Yeah,
You know?
it would be sexy. It'd be a very sexy, funny ride.
Like the movie trailer ride that you go through.
Exactly.
Oh my God, you're just jumping out like Jaws.
But way more laughs, like less terror, less trauma, way more laughs.
Oh yeah, because that one bridge that just breaks all of a sudden, that's traumatic. I'm done with that.
Yes, exactly.
Well, thank you again for joining me today. I am looking forward to watching it again and telling
Thank
all my
you.
friends about Bros.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I wish you guys the best of luck. This is going
Thanks
to be
so
amazing.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.